Let's bring in House Minority Whip Eric Cantor of Virginia, Republican, of course. Congressman Cantor, thanks for your time. What did you hear from the president in that meeting?
Well, Jane, what we heard is an insistence that somehow we need to keep spending money that we don't have. And that's really where the difference lies between the two approaches here in Washington. We presented the president with a plan that has been crafted by House Republicans that is a no-cost jobs plan that will actually, I think, allow us to come together and do some things like making sure that we freeze domestic spending, making sure that we say there will be no tax hikes in a period of high unemployment. These are the kind of things that we can do together that don't cost anything. And so I'm hopeful that the White House will listen this time, because I think Americans are going increasingly concerned about the consequences of this deficit spending.
But what's wrong with using, for instance, we talked with Congressman Hoyer about some of this unused TARP money, the bank bailout money, using it to lend to small businesses so they can in turn create jobs. What's wrong with the use of that money in that fashion?
Well, first of all, you know, the fact that you're going to continue the process of having the government do the lending. We want the private sector to get back into the game of lending. And one of the suggestions that we had in our no-cost jobs plan is to put some more sense in terms of what the regulators are actually doing. And it requires some transparency to see what kind of actions they're actually taking, imposing some kind of mandate on community banks. But beyond that, you know, we heard discussion about spending the TARP, which is an emergency program put into place last year. We ought not be doing that. That was always considered to be paid back to the taxpayers when it came back in. But, you know, one of the things that concerned me, Jane, in this discussion was the president had indicated that he thought the Republicans were out there scaring the people of this country, and that's what's driven the uncertainty. I think my response to that is it's the policies and the agenda of this administration that actually are scaring the people of this country and are causing businesses to stand on the sidelines.
Also, Congressman, the president's been fairly critical this morning and yesterday as well of the Republicans for their involvement at some points in this process and their lack of involvement in others. Give you a chance to respond.
Well, listen, I mean, I was very glad that he wanted to bring everybody together this morning. This is certainly something that we should be doing more often, is exchange of ideas. There are some differences. There are philosophical differences between the parties. Right now, America's looking for us to get this economy going again. We believe you do that by stepping out of the way, making sure that government doesn't add to the problems that people have right now. And one of the proposals that came out today, Jane, was about the Green Jobs Program. Again, yet more of the Keynesian economic policies being promoted by this White House, and a proposal being called Cash for Caulkers. This is akin to the Cash for Clunkers program, where you're now going to give people money to go in and try and fix up their homes. Again, maybe a laudable goal, but who's paying for this? The taxpayers are. And, you know, I think one of the questions on the show, Jane, was what does John Q. Public really get out of all this? He gets the bill.
Congressman Eric Cantor, House Minority Whip. Congressman, thanks for your time.
Thank you.